Robust planning means Staging Solutions Company S Global is ready for any problems in the supply chain, using a network of preferred suppliers and contractors who understand its business and have expert knowledge of the events trade. Dates for key events such as the Olympic Games and stadium-filling music gigs are set in stone months and often years in advance, so there is little excuse for venues not to be ready on time. Even so, with some in-demand locations booked for large-scale shows every week of the year, the business of changing and preparing the venue for the next multi-million spectacular is booming. S Global is one company taking advantage of this demand for entertainment, with many sporting, music, corporate and hospitality organizers contracting the business to create permanent, dynamic and temporary venues and stages from across the world. The UK business began life in 1974 as a trucking company for rock concerts, but over the decades it has grown to become the global leader in staging solutions, event overlay and expert project management. It has provided stages for iconic events such as the MTV Music Europe Awards in Berlin and the temporary water polo arena at the London 2012 Olympics. It also built the permanent velodrome for the Asian Games in Jakarta last year. You have to invest heavily in planning any project and not start the process until the entire plan is finalized. Jeff Burke, S Global Director: "We know that the most important factor for any organizer is that they have the confidence we will deliver on time every time," says Director Ollie Watts. He cites the example of its work in the Indonesian capital as a perfect example of how the company provides clients with confidence when the pressure is on. The velodrome had to be created late in the day after Vietnam pulled out of hosting the Asian Games, so we had to deliver on time, he says. There can be a culture in construction where delays are common, so clients work with us because we are an event delivery company rather than a construction business. Another of S Global's directors, Jeff Burke, says the company can guarantee it will deliver on time because of its meticulous planning. You have to invest heavily in planning any project and not start the process until the entire plan is finalized, he says. In our world we must pay very close attention to detail and design. Clients can question the amount of management involved at the planning stage, but this is vital to complete a project on time and on budget. Mr. Burke adds that robust planning means the company is ready for any problems that might occur in the supply chain. S Global uses a network of preferred suppliers and contractors, all of whom understand its business and have an expert knowledge of the events trade. You must be able to trust and manage the supply chain effectively, he says. We have worked with the same freight company, Rocket Cargo, for many years. We know they will get our equipment to the right place at the right time. Everything we design and manufacture is small enough to fit into a sea container. Jeff Burke, S Global Director: S Global is sometimes asked to use the client's freight forwarding company to deliver items to venues, but Mr. Burke says this lack of control is when things can go wrong. They do not always understand that getting kit there late can affect the whole event. All its equipment has been specially designed and developed over the years and is patented and unique, which is why clients use its services time and again. S Global is not only known for the quality and reliability of the structures it erects but also for its impressive record on sustainability. Many of the components used at events are recycled around the world at subsequent events. Some of the staging equipment used in Jakarta, for instance, was first used in the UK during the Millennium celebrations in 2000. Sustainability is a growing part of our business and, although it has become fashionable in recent years, it has been central to what we do since day one, says Mr. Burke. Everything we design and manufacture is small enough to fit into a sea container and can be transported to anywhere in the world and fitted together. The sustainability trend means clients, including FIFA and the International Olympic Committee, want to be seen to be supporting events that are green as well as more affordable. This is where we come in, says Mr. Watts. We are already talking to people in Los Angeles about the 2028 Olympic Games and how existing venues can be used for some sports and how the rest can be accommodated in temporary facilities. He adds, there is no stigma today over using temporary venues most of the time, the spectators would not even be aware that a venue wasn't permanent. As well as continued expansion in Japan and increased activity in the Middle East, S Global has recently reincorporated in the United States, and the company plans to expand the organization on the West Coast over the next year as event organizers look to work with a staging solutions business they can trust, especially when money and time are tight.